Hey there, guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cerise Fairfax. I'm coming at you from the Dominican Republic, the North Coast, and a province by the name of Puerto Plata, and a municipal by the name of Sosua. And today we are going to do a video on the differences between the Dominican Republic and Thailand. Okay, a little bit of background here, first of all, because you may be wondering, if you have been my loyal subscribers for some time, why I'm talking about Thailand. Okay, so here's the background. I've been living here in the Dominican Republic for 7 years. I love it. I came from Canada. However, in the last 5 years, I've been living in a little neighborhood, a local neighborhood, and I adore it so much. But in the last 3 months, I had newer neighbors move in, and they were the neighbors that are a nightmare, just to keep it simple. And so I was like, man, I tried to work around it, but I started to feel like my quality of life was depreciating. Like it was just declining. And I couldn't really feel good waking up and going to sleep and throughout the day as much as I did before they moved in. Now, these neighbors, it's not like they could move easily. They were pretty much situated there and nothing was going to change with that. So I thought to myself, I don't want to move anywhere else on this island. It's a beautiful country, but Santo Domingo, I could tell, wasn't for me. Santiago, although these places are beautiful, they just weren't for me. There's another beach town that's small as well, and it's called Cabarete. I lived there twice, and it wasn't really for me. Maybe when I'm married, if I do get married or I get a partner, I will move there. I just felt there was good if I had someone. Here in Sosua, where I live in this municipality, I feel great being single and I feel great with my dog and my cat. And again, I live where I love and I love where I live. So when all of that situation started to happen, I was like, yo, I may just need to leave the island. I've been here for 7 years. Maybe I just got that 7-year itch. So I started to look at different places around the world. No word of a lie. I looked at many countries in Africa. I looked at Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam. I looked at Thailand, China, Italy. I looked at Argentina. I looked at Panama, Colombia, and I did so much extensive research to the point where I woke up one morning and I said, I'm going to stay here where I love and I'm just going to make it work. And then I went to pay my rent and my landlord told me that there was an apartment upstairs in the same building with a better view. And I am not going to hear those neighbors any longer. I jumped on it. It was a blessing. That's what brings me to this video right here. I'm going to share the research that I did about Thailand, and I'm going to be researching with you quite a lot right here. So if you're an American or a Canadian dreaming of relocating abroad and you've been really thinking about it, then you probably got these two destinations on your radar, the Dominican Republic and Thailand, for sure. And both of them are tropical paradises, I've learned. But, it also gives you the opportunity, not just for the paradise, but to live at a fraction of the North American costs, which is a bonus. But they couldn't be more different by what I found out due to my research. So throughout this video, we're going to talk about everything you need to know about these two expat havens, from visa requirements and the cost of living to future growth prospects and why you might choose one over the other. By the end of this video, I really hope you'll have a crystal clear picture of which destination aligns with your retirement dreams, remote work lifestyle, or just adventure goals. All right, so let's dive in. First, we're going to start with something really crucial: getting there and getting home. Okay. The Dominican Republic wins for distance, hands down, for North Americans when it comes to proximity. Taking 3 to 4 hours from Miami, New York, or Toronto, that's a short hop, especially if you're not really into long flights. You can visit family for Thanksgiving very easily without the jet lag ruining your week. Your kids can fly down for spring break. My son is coming in November. He comes once a year. He loves it here. He's 30 years old. And, if there's an emergency back where you came from, you're on the next flight and you're there within hours. The DR operates in the Atlantic time zone, just 1 hour ahead of Eastern time. So scheduling calls with clients or family is completely seamless. If you run an online business like myself, I'm a soul coach, then you don't have to work around different timelines. I like to work from 9 to 5. And so for me, it's not something I even considered until I started to do the research. And I was like, oh gosh, no, I don't want to be working like midnight to try to just, make my money and talk to clients to be convenient for them. I want a convenient lifestyle too. So anyway, Thailand, on the other hand, is literally on the other side of the planet. You're looking at 20 to 24 hours of total travel sometimes from most North American cities, usually with at least one layover. Now, that's a full day in the air. And sometimes the difference is brutal. It could be 12 to 15 hours and, in the flight, but it's also 12 to 15 hours ahead of North America, depending on what time zone you're in. Morning meetings, you're taking those at midnight, and those quick trips home, not happening. Every visit becomes a major expedition requiring careful planning and significant cost. You're not going to be getting there really easily. But if you're a person that has great air miles or travel miles and you don't mind taking flights and you don't have a large family, then this may not be a hindrance on you. But if you're ready for a complete change of scenery and don't mind the distance, like I just said, Thailand's remote list can actually be part of its appeal. Let's look at the residency and visa requirements before we get into anything else, okay? Because it's important to talk legality. How easy is it to actually live in these countries long term? Thailand has become trickier in recent years. A lot of tourists get 30 to 60 days when they arrive there, but extending that requires visa runs or proper long-term visas. Your main options include the elite visa. So you can get an elite visa, and that costs $15,000 to $30,000 for 5 to 20 years. And what you're doing is essentially buying your way in. Now, there's also the long-term resident visa for wealthy pensioners and remote workers or highly skilled professionals, but the requirements are steep. So keep that in mind. Then there's the retirement visa if you're over 50 with about $25,000 in a Thai bank account. Now, I know a lot of people that travel from the Dominican Republic to Thailand, a lot of Americans and Canadians, and, they'll go from here to the Philippines to Thailand. So a lot of them, they love it. They will spend, 6 months here, 6 months there, 6 months everywhere. But a lot of them lately have been telling me that those border runs don't work. Like one guy, he has a place in Thailand and he's always done his border runs. After 90 days, he'll go just across the border. And then he tried to get back into Thailand and they refused him. And they said to him, well, here are your other choices, And now also keep in mind though, work permits are possible, but they're complicated, guys. And if you are a pensioner, you're retired, why would you want a work permit, right? So Thailand wants tourists, but they're selective about who stays permanently. And a lot of people don't realize that. Now, the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is refreshingly straightforward. Americans and Canadians get 30 days on arrival. It is easily extendable to 120 days. But here's the kicker: getting residency is actually achievable. You can apply for temporary residency through various routes: pensioner visa, investor visa, or even through property ownership. And I know a lot of people that come here and they buy property and they don't even realize that they can get residency a lot easier just by investing in the country. Okay, here's another thing. After 2 years of temporary residency, you can apply for permanent residency. And the process is more bureaucratic than you'd like. Okay, this is Latin America after all, but it's doable without breaking the bank. Many expats successfully navigate this with a local lawyer, and the investment requirements are far more reasonable than Thailand's elite options. Now, there are a lot of people who come here and what they do is they overstay. The Dominican Republic is very popular for their overstay fees. It's awesome for those of you who want to come here and stay for 6 months. When you leave and you go to the airport, you pay your overstay fee. It's not like a fine. Okay. So don't think, oh, it's an overstay fine. It's not a tax per se. It is literally a fee for overstaying. And the rates do change sometimes. Since I've been here in the 7 years and people go to the airport, they tell me the rates have been changing for them, but not often. I think it changed maybe twice in the 7 years. So you can go online, you can Google Dominican Republic overstay fees, and you'll see how much it is according to how long you want to overstay. And also for digital nomads and remote workers, both countries have introduced specific visas recently. But the DR's geographical advantage means you can also maintain easier access to US without overstaying concerns. Let's talk money. The cost of living. What does paradise actually cost? Now, I already did a video on the cost of living in the Dominican Republic, and the prices are going up. Rent is going up. It's going up all around the world. But Thailand has been celebrated as incredibly affordable, and it still is. But it's not as cheap as it once was. And through my research, I noticed in cities like Bangkok or Chiang Mai, you can rent a decent one-bedroom apartment for 400 to 800 per month. But go local in Thailand, and you may find places for 300 in Thailand. Okay. Upscale condos, though, like prime locations, run 1,000 to 2,000. And food is ridiculously cheap. I really noticed that the food prices in Thailand were cheap. And if you eat like a local, you can get a meal for like $2 to $3 meals, like at the street stalls. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I spoke to a lot of expats in Thailand. Like I said, people who I met here who are living there, and they really do believe that it is financially more affordable for food. Even nice restaurants apparently rarely exceed $15 per person. Transportation in Thailand is dirt cheap with scooters, tuk-tuks, and trains. Now, I've also found that their health care is excellent and affordable. A doctor's visit might cost $30. All in, a comfortable lifestyle runs about $2,500 per month, but you can do it at $1,500 per month. And with luxury living, you can possibly do it between $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Let's look at the Dominican Republic now. Offers in the Dominican Republic, it's comparable but slightly different economics. Rent varies dramatically by location. For instance, in Santo Domingo, which is a destination but known, well, not only known, it is the capital of the Dominican Republic, and other popular coastal areas like Cabarete, Las Terrenas, you can pay around 500 to 1,200 for a one bedroom. So you really have to look hard. And listen, I am a person that helps people find rentals here. I help them find long-term rentals, short-term rentals, property, real estate. I'm not a real estate agent. I want to make that very clear. Okay. But I am a real estate advisor and I help people find places within their budget with a really good real estate agent that's not going to take advantage of them, lie to them, and tell them that a certain location is great when it really isn't. Because I'm not a real estate agent. I can advise you a little differently without having to worry about the bottom dollar line, if you get what I mean. So, you know, I do notice when I do give apartment rentals in the local areas, you can get really affordable rent. For instance, right now, I did a video, my last video before this one, on 3 great apartments, and you can get a 3-story villa for 1,700 a month, fully loaded, private pool, located in the main tourist hub of Sosua. There is an apartment available on the beach. The apartment that I just moved out of, by the way. Side note, those neighbors are now quiet because since I moved upstairs, they're like, oh my gosh, she moved upstairs away from us. We better hold it down. So they've actually been quieter. Food costs in the Dominican Republic. Food costs more than Thailand, especially imported goods. But local produce like meat and fish, it's affordable. A meal at a local restaurant runs about $5 to $10. At nicer restaurants, you're looking at about $15 to $30. Now, sometimes here, especially in Sosua and Cabarete, there are restaurants that has deal days. So on the beach in Cabarete, there's a few places, there's all you can eat. And then here in Sosua as well, all you can eat on certain days. Germany Bar and Grill, Casa Coco here in Sosua. And then there's one called Serenade on Cabarete Beach. If you are a person that likes to eat out, then you can go to all these different restaurants and really catch a deal. It's like 600 pesos, which is $12 for an all you can eat. Pretty good, right? And that's at Casa Coco, and it's 550, which is $11 at Germany Bar and Grill every Thursday. By the way, Casa Coco is every Saturday, and they also put on a good band the same night. So Germany Bar and Grill, great barbecue food every Thursday, and I believe these all start at 5 o'clock. I'm not so sure about the Mongolian food at Serenade, but you can go online and you can look. And these guys aren't sponsoring this video at all. I'm just throwing those places out there because I'm giving you some gems of information so you can save some money when you do come to the Dominican Republic and you are eating at local restaurants. Now, if you want to go to the local supermarkets, then you do want to shop locally. You do want to get your produce from like the fruit markets, the meat butcher shops, and that's where you're really going to catch a deal. Or you can go to the different supermarkets when they are having their deal days, because the supermarkets do the same thing. For instance, Playero here in Sosua, they have Tuesdays, which is the produce day, up to 30% off sometimes. And you can go there and get your fruits and vegetables every Tuesday, and they're huge, they're fresh, and the shipment just gets in. It's not like they're selling off last week's fruits and vegetables. They literally are giving you a good deal on fresh fruits and vegetables. And then on Thursdays is their carne day, their meat day. Carne is meat in Spanish. There's your Spanish word for today, C-A-R-N-E, carne. And you can go there on Thursdays and get your deal on that day. So it's really about shopping with common sense when it comes to food here in the Dominican Republic. And if you are looking for certain products like toothpaste, you want to buy the local products, the local brands. If you're looking for Crest or Colgate, of course, you're going to pay a little bit more because it's imported. But you put yourself into a position of buying like the Walla, for instance, in La Serena, a supermarket here. You can buy those products and you can get yourself a good deal. So, to conclude, does the Dominican Republic make more sense or Thailand? Well, for me, after all my research, I would have to say choose the Dominican Republic if staying connected to North America is crucial for family or business. If you want to maintain your North American time zone, you're interested in property ownership and real estate investment, you want to truly integrate into the local culture and community, you prefer Caribbean beach culture and Latin American vibes, quick, affordable trips home, if they matter to you, if you want a place you can easily show visiting family and friends, Spanish is more appealing than Thai to learn, and if you see the growth potential and want to get in early, especially if you want easier residency pathways without huge investments. Both Thailand and the Dominican Republic offer incredible opportunities for Americans and Canadians seeking adventure. Let's just really get that straight, especially for affordability and quality of life abroad. But Thailand provides a more developed infrastructure, world-class healthcare, lower costs, and an established expat scene. The Dominican Republic offers unbeatable proximity, easy integration, property ownership, growth potential, and the comfort of staying in your own hemisphere. So, the best choice really depends on your priorities, stage of life, and what you're seeking in this new chapter. Whichever you choose, both destinations can offer the tropical paradise lifestyle you're dreaming of, just with different flavors. Guys, I have to tell you that after my research, I realized that I'd rather be in a country that's not going to stop growing. It's still a baby and it's developing really quickly. But also, I just really love the Latin vibe. I love bachata. I love a good Presidente. And I really love just going to the beach. So for me, it's the Caribbean vibe that wins hands down. Let me know in the comments below what your vibe is and what your research has told you. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Cerise Fairfax. I appreciate you here. I don't know why you clicked on this video, if it was the topic, the thumbnail, or the title, but I do know that I appreciate your time. Hey, do me a favor, please. Make the best of today. Tomorrow is not promised to you. And be good to yourself, because you deserve it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. God bless.
Woke up to the sunrise, paint in the sky. Palm trees swaying like they're saying hi. Coconut water dripping down my chin. So mornings, let the day begin. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling whole. Queen Cerise rules her island charm. Locals teach me peace with no alarm. Mango sweet papayas in my hand. Learning their ways I start to understand. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling whole. Oh, dancing in the streets to the beat of the drum. Stories of the past from the old and the young. Traditions flowing like the waves in the sea. The north coast of Sosua, it's setting me free. fishermen's boats coming back to the shore. Smiles all around, can't ask for more. This life's a treasure, a gift from above, and so I found a home to love. I live where I love and I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give. The rhythm of the islands in my soul. Living the good life, feeling old. I live where I love where I live. Every moment here's got something to give.